Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back to my channel. In this video I am doing an unboxing of a few Colourpop products that I just recently purchased. Absolutely love the way this look came out. I'm only playing with the big eyeshadow palette today. I did get a few more products, as you will see in the video, but the main focus is the eyeshadow palette. Everything I use will be linked down in the description below if you want to check it out. And I guess with that being said, if you want to see how I got this look and what I purchased, then just keep watching. Okay, so right next to me I have my Colourpop order. I did order a palette, 2 single eyeshadows, and a highlighter, I believe. So that's what we're going to be going through and playing with today. I already have my makeup semi-done. I guess to go ahead and get started, I ordered from Colourpop a few weeks ago. It just came in the other day. Actually came in probably about 4 or 5 days ago. I'm just now getting to film it. Opening it up, you have your Colourpop logo thingy, and then all the products are inside. This right here I believe is the highlighter. I haven't opened any of these. I did open the box to make sure everything was in there when it first arrived, but I haven't touched the products. I absolutely love the packaging. This is the Super Shock highlighter. Look at how cute that is. That is adorable. It has like little gems and butterflies on it. Excuse my old acrylics. This is too cute. And that is the highlighter. That is beautiful. It is way more pink than I thought. I honestly thought I got a more like the purpley color, like the case, but we'll just go ahead and swatch it. Oh my goodness, that is super pigmented, it looks like. So look at that. That is beautiful though. It looks like, at least in the viewfinder, it looks like it has a purplish tint more than a pink. Okay, now looking up close, I don't know, it's like a pinky purple tint, but more on camera it looks more like a lavender tint to me. So that is super pretty though. I love that. I like to keep the cases, like I'm thinking about it, at the same time like I need to start throwing stuff away. I have this problem where I just want to keep everything. Anyway, the next 2 things I placed an order for were the 2 little mini eyeshadows. The first color that I have here is Low Rise Super Shock Shadow. It is this beautiful purpley looking color. Open it up. Honestly, I thought the highlighter I had picked out was closer to this, at least as far as like packaging. Or not packaging, as far as like color wise, shade wise. And we'll swatch that. That is beautiful. Wow. They look pretty similar though, like the highlighter and the shadow, but nonetheless super pretty. I don't think I'm going to be playing with these today. I do want to dip into the palette though. And then the last little shade I have right here, it's just like that one, and it is a pink shade. I'm getting like spring vibes for sure. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, that was crooked. That is gorgeous, you guys. That's a highlighter shade to me. Oh, and this was in the shade In the Saddle. So that is super cute. Last thing that I ordered that I saw, and it's what made me even place an order from Colourpop. It's a mood palette right here. I do have your golden palette. I do have a video where I use that palette. I'll link it in the cards if you want to check it out. But this one, I don't know, just something about this one really caught my eye. I think it was the green shade in here. I'm really honestly more of a neutral person, but just a few of the non-neutral shades popped out to me. Like that bright shade right there stood out to me. So did that blue. That one's beautiful. So it's this gorgeous palette. Super pretty. This palette honestly is like an earthier tone palette, but I usually don't lean towards like the blues or the greens or anything like that. I want to do something a little bit different. Maybe we'll play with the greens today. But anyway, yeah, this palette is just gorgeous. I believe it was like 25 bucks, which to me isn't really that bad. Colourpop is now one of my favorite brands. It's been for quite a while. It used to be Morphe. I don't know, their formulas and their shade ranges and pricing, at least to me, especially now, is better. So anyway, we're gonna be playing with this palette. So I'm gonna bring you in a little bit. I think we'll start off a little bit neutral. I think I'm gonna go in with Crave You, which is right here, just to have a little bit of a transition shade. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna go in with Oblivion, which is this beautiful green shade right here. I'm just gonna use the same brush and just pat it on. I kind of want to do a cut crease, but I don't know because I have another video I want to film today. Just gonna be a quick decorate with me, but it's honestly probably gonna be super simple. It's not gonna be like my other two. These are honestly super pigmented. I was a little scared that I was gonna have more fallout than what I'm having now. Not so much that Colourpop really has any fallout. I mean, occasionally they do, and I'm not really tapping too much excess off my brush. In the Your Golden palette, the first time I tried to play with it, I tried to play with the blue, or one of the blue shades. There was a lot of fallout, and as I was applying it, the color was also lifting off my lid. So I don't know if it was just the base I had on my eyes. I don't know, it was weird. I'm really liking this though, and I'm glad that it's super pigmented. You can actually tell that it's green because sometimes, especially with some of the newer Morphe palettes I bought, as far, well, they're not newer, but like within last year whenever I would buy them, the color would be super pigmented in the palette, but whenever I'd pack it on, it'd either lift or it was like, it wasn't as accurate on the lid as it was on the palette, if that makes sense. This is literally showing up the same color as what's in the palette. I think I'm gonna leave it here, and we'll go in with, I think I'm gonna go in now with Surrender, which is that green shade that I told you that caught my attention when I bought the palette. So we're gonna put that here. Ooh, that's pretty. We can kind of do like a fake cut crease. I think that will work. And just try to carve out right in there. And we'll just kind of do like a fake cut crease. Those are really pretty. And I didn't even wet my brush. Sometimes I'll wet my brushes with setting spray, and it kind of helps to pick up a little bit more product and make it more pigmented, if that makes sense. But I'm not having to do that. Another good application if you want more pigment is applying with your finger. That works too. And I think next I'm really wanting to go in with the shade underneath, which is Ritual. It is this beautiful like pressed glitter. I love glitter, if you know me. And I'm gonna put that on right in the middle, kind of transitioning the two from the darker shade on into the lighter shimmery shade. I'm gonna kind of bring it on to the lid a little bit, or more towards the inner corner, making it like making the glitter a little bit more sparse, like it's not as packed as it is in the center. And I love that you don't have to use like glitter glue, because I used to be obsessed with the NYX glitter pigments or whatever, the little pods of glitter, and I would always have to apply glitter glue, and sometimes that stuff wouldn't work and my eyes would crease really bad. Maybe honestly it was also the way I applied it, but these are beautiful. I think next we're gonna take that same brush right here and go into Mystified, which is the shade right here. I want to pack it on more towards the lash line and kind of blend it into some of the glitter. I'm in love, you guys. So next I'm gonna go in with this brush right here and the first shade that we went into, Crave You. I'm taking that and I'm blending this like above everything we just did, and I'm focusing mainly towards the outer part of my eye, not so much going inward, but I want everything to kind of transition smoothly. And I'm going back in with the Ritual shade and just packing a little bit more on. I'm going back into Crave You and I'm going under the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go into the Oblivion, the first green shade. Same brush. I'm throwing it on top of that, blending them together. And then I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of that Mystified, the darkest green. And getting those close to my lashes as I can. And going back in with this brush right here that we put Crave You on, blending all that out on the bottom. Moving on, I think, to eyeliner, mascara, and lashes. I think I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll come back. I think I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is the In the Saddle Super Shock Shadow, as my inner corner and brow bone highlight, and then I'm going to apply that to my cheekbones or whatever for highlight as well. The other two are just a little bit too pinky purple for me, but up here I feel like that's a pretty good shade to use. And yeah, I'll be right back. I did the rest of my makeup. I'm gonna go in now with this little eyeshadow. I'm just gonna take this pointy head brush, pencil brush. I'm gonna dab it, actually swirl it into the product, and I'm going to throw some on my inner corner. Honestly, I'm gonna do my finger. Yeah. I'm going to put some on my brow bone. On the tip. And then down the bridge. Make it look lifted. I'm taking this highlighter brush right here and I'm going in, and then on the cheekbone I am throwing it on. So I will say applying it with the brush seems to be a little bit more subtle than if I went in with my finger, because I'm going to go in with my finger. Yeah, definitely picks up more pigment. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to use my finger and go in. So that is the end of the video. Everything I use will be linked down in the description below if you want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.